check this out. So my patrons recently humbled me, and some of them have been bringing up the fact that I should not neglect like the comics and the gaming portion of my life. And if you follow my channel, you know over the year I posted about both of those, but recently my channel has been sort of focused on simply politics and nothing else. So that's gonna change. It's gonna change this go around now, because I don't have a whole lot of time on my hands in terms of the different things that I'm involved in, between traveling, being libertarian, or doing some type of speaking gig, or with the band. So I decided that I'm going to focus just on a couple of games this upcoming year, in which I'm going to play competitively, right? Not just to play them, just to play them. I'll play other games offline, certainly, but I like to sort of do some gaming, right? In which my plan is to be competitive in the online community. So NBA 2K19, I discussed with my bros. We kind of all discussed that we were going to try to be competitive in the Pro-Am circuit this year. So I got NBA 2K19. Now, so with that being said, I'm going to start 2 new series. One will be focused on both, the my career element, which is what this video is going to talk about. And I'll have another series focusing strictly on my team. And again, I'll be playing both of those very competitively at the highest level I possibly can with the time constraints that I have. Also, I probably should have mentioned this earlier in the video. I'm focusing on this year for both my team series and the my career series. We're not going to be spending money on any sort of VC. The VC that the game came with was all that I spent, and I put it all to my player, but that's it. Because I want people to kind of be able to gauge if they don't have the money to purchase a lot of VC and trying to pay to play. And 2K has said that they've sort of fixed that this year, in which you can be competitive without having to spend all this money on virtual currency. I want to have some fun with it, but I also want to show you guys, the viewers, there's folks out there that ain't got money like that, how much time it's going to take, and to show them if you're going to be able to really get out there and compete, having not spent any sort of money on VC and just grinding out and playing the game and earning the VC on the game. So let's get right into it. NBA 2K has done a great job on the marketing element of this game. Mike Wong has been always talking about the sort of skill gap, right, that this year's game is going to focus on, which really intrigued me. Hopefully it limits like cheesing and stuff like that. So again, it's all about, for me, creating a player that's going to benefit the Pro-Am team that we're building. Everybody's going to have their own little role. We've already discussed that, and we're going to be focusing heavily on defense. So pretty much at every position, we're going to be focusing on defense, because we feel like a lot of players, not only they're not really going to create defensive minded players, people are for the most part looking to score. So you got to sort of combat that, but also it seems that they have sort of helped the defensive minded players out this year. And by help, I mean let the defensive players be rewarded for playing good defense. And again, it seems like they focused on that. So you can see me sort of toggling around between the attribute caps, which they haven't had really in previous years, that you can just see it as you're creating a player what his exact max attributes are going to be. So I messed around with the size and stuff like that, and it just made sense. I'm going to be roughly around like 6'2", and he's going to be a primary passing and ball handler, but with a defensive secondary. Now I give up all of my Hall of Fame badges if I were to make a pure playmaker. However, on the defensive end, and I'm not looking at how he's going to play offline, I'm looking at how he's going to play online, I think that's really going to benefit me. Now, NBA 2K drops the prelude in which you can play for free, and I had a different player. He was the same sort of attribute focus in passing and ball handling and a secondary defender, but the height and the weight and all of that, I changed that because obviously now you can see the attribute cap. So again, we're going to be focusing on defense. I'm the point guard of the Pro-Am squad, so we'll be focusing on defense. You gotta lock that position up. It's very important. So I take pride in getting out there and locking up that defender, so I gotta have some good defensive stats. So I made my wingspan longer, for example, to really focus on that element to give me that shot contest, the blocking and stuff like that, because I'm trying to be very, very active on both ends of the floor, especially on defense. So here it is. He's a 6'2" point guard, longer arms. He's going to get out there and compete, and I'm very excited. Passing and ball handling primary, as well as the defensive secondary. So we're going to see where that gets us. Also, we're going to be documenting how this player plays differently as opposed to my career, and focusing on those games, you know, in comparison to maybe like the Pro-Am and stuff like that. I don't see myself playing a whole lot of park. It looks like the Pro-Am will be more, and at least the Jordan Rec Center will be a little more competitive. I believe they said that it's going to be around like Hall of Fame sort of sliders, and that's what I'm about, not this cheesy just press square and the ball goes in type of stuff. So now that I've created my player, I'm going to play through the entire prelude, and we're going to see where that lands us, what team I'm going to be playing for, things like that. I'm very, 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 very excited. This game may drive me up a wall, and it may be garbage when it's all said and done with, but I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to try to be competitive at this game. So with that being said, be sure to sub so you can keep up with this particular series. I'm not going to stop making my little political vlogs or anything like that, so you don't have to worry. This is just going to be one of those little branch off series, because these videos I know are going to be fun to make, and plus I get to do a little more gaming.